Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, May the 12th, and morning briefing. First of all, no changes to the National Terrorism Advisory System overnight. Snapshot of the region. You do see some updated numbers from the unaccompanied children there. No declaration updates to talk about this morning. No ongoing damage assessment yet, and no fire management grants. As we switch over to the geo platform this morning, still lots of rain out there and lots of colors on the map. Kurt's going to talk about that in just a moment. Status of our state EOCs. New Mexico and Louisiana are at steady state now. Oklahoma's at level 2. Arkansas is at level 2. Austin, Texas is at level 2, and here in the region we are at level 3. Our IMETs are here in the region and ready to deploy as we need them. You see some shelters on the map there. I don't have a total from all those just yet, but there are several shelters open due to the flooding. Power numbers continue to trend down, although they keep going back up because of the flooding and the severe storm. So they're fluctuating quite a bit, but in general, they're trending down. So now let's go over to Kurt at the Weather Service.
Okay, thanks, Paul. I just had to get all the microphones clicked on. Okay, yes, you're right. We're very active a week ahead for FEMA Region 6, mainly Texas and Oklahoma right now. We do have rainfall returning back across central Texas and very heavy rainfall in south Texas along the coastal bend down south toward Brownsville. Had quite a bit of flash flooding and very heavy rain reported from Corpus Christi on southward overnight. We are experiencing another round of potential heavy rain and flooding for most of the state. There is a small risk from New Mexico down through the Rio Grande and across to South Louisiana of some strong to severe thunderstorms today, but really it looks like the primary threat that we're going to be dealing with is going to be heavy rain, flash flooding, and potential moderate to major river flooding across Texas from today all the way through the end of the week, probably through Saturday. Then we will have another chance for severe weather going into the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles on Friday and Saturday. So if we move to the next slide, the colored area that you see over the central part of the region is a flash flood watch and flood watches for central Texas all the way through South Texas. Tropical activity is at a minimum right now, as we would expect. The activity off the East Coast has moved out of the way. And again, we've gone ahead and upgraded the color code for the heavy rain and flooding potential for Texas and even into Oklahoma later in the week up to a moderate or an uncommon category. This has the potential to go into the rare category just based on where the rainfall can shape up and which basins it falls into. Right now, the current outlook is for it to be in the uncommon category with some moderate to possibly major river flooding on some of the tributaries listed in the outlook slides that we sent. And I just lost my presentation, Paul.
I show it's still up, Kurt, so what you have now is A1.
Okay, the threat matrix has that orange risk all the way through the week, and again, we may have to upgrade based on where the rainfall occurs to a red category and based on what's going on with the flooding. The next slide probably shows the outlook areas that we've outlooked in the briefing with the orange circle around Texas. Central Texas all the way down through South Texas, and my slide presentation just went dead in the water, Paul, so I'm doing this in the blind. So the next slide probably should be the drought monitor, and we will update that again on Thursday. But with as much rain as we've seen over the past week, we probably will see some huge changes in the drought monitor areas. And then finally, space weather. We've got a a G1 storm forecast for today into tomorrow, but it really looks like the main effects of that are going to be along the poles and out over the Atlantic. There may be some radio interference along the East Coast, and then we go back down to unsettled to active by Thursday. So, outside of your questions, I'll conclude the briefing there.
Thanks, Kurt. Sorry about the slides. We show them up here. I'm going to flip back and just briefly talk about a couple of the slides that you didn't see. What we have up here now is from the River Forecast Center. You see several flood gauges along the rivers that Kurt was talking about are in moderate to major flood, and that is anticipated to continue over the next several days. As Kurt mentioned, different rounds of heavy rain will be crossing the region, and it depends on where that rain falls as to how much flooding we get. Also, here is the areas of concern on the river flood. You see the outline there in most of East Texas where river flooding is possible. And over in Oklahoma, there are several areas that river flooding is already occurring. So now we have the 5-day precipitation forecast up. Again, heavy rains expected for at least the next 5 days. And if I remember Kurt saying right, up to 2 inches a day over the next 5 days.
That's correct, Paul. I just got the slides back.
There you go. And as you already briefed, the drought monitor, we expect some changes in that. And space weather, you see the pretty colors on there, and we'll continue to monitor that. So now we're taking a look at the events going on around the region today. Those are highlighted there in bold, and the new ones the rest of the week. And what color of a single rainbow is on the inside? Any idea what color is on the rainbow on the inside of the rainbow? And there you are. The red ones on the outside, and the blues and the purples on the inside. We figured that was a very good picture for today. Any questions this morning? All right, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.